Do you know that behind the polished manners and grand architecture of Victorian England, there were secrets so dark, so chilling, that even today, they send shivers down the spine of history? What if I told you that the same era that gave us Sherlock Holmes and Queen Victoria also had stories of forbidden love, secret societies, and unsolved crimes that changed the world forever? Tonight, we're peeling back the velvet curtain on the Victorian age, and what we find might just shock you. Let's set the scene. The Victorian era, named after Queen Victoria, spanned from 1837 to 1901. It was a time of immense change. London's population exploded from just over 2 million to nearly 7 million. Steam trains thundered across the countryside. Gas lamps lit up the foggy streets. The British Empire stretched across the globe, and the Industrial Revolution was in full swing. But beneath the surface, the world was not as it seemed. The rich flaunted their fortunes in grand mansions, while the poor crowded into filthy slums. Science and superstition clashed in the public mind. And everywhere, secrets simmered, hidden behind lace curtains, locked in diaries, whispered in shadowy alleyways. Victorian society was obsessed with appearances. Reputation was everything. But what happened when the truth threatened to break through? What did people do to protect their secrets? And what price did they pay? Tonight, we'll journey through the hidden history of the Victorian era. We'll uncover the mysteries of Jack the Ripper, the secret language of flowers, the forbidden love stories, and the chilling world of Victorian medicine. We'll meet the people who risked everything to keep their secrets, and those who paid the ultimate price for revealing them. It all begins with a single, chilling night in 1888. The fog is thick in Whitechapel, East London. A woman's scream pierces the darkness. By morning, the city is gripped by terror. A killer is on the loose, one who will become the most infamous murderer in history, Jack the Ripper. But Jack's crimes are just the tip of the iceberg. Across the city, secrets are unraveling. A young woman is found dead in a locked room, her diary filled with cryptic messages. A doctor is caught performing illegal surgeries in the dead of night. A coded letter arrives at Scotland Yard, hinting at a conspiracy that reaches the highest levels of society. As the city holds its breath, the line between respectability and ruin grows thinner by the day. Every secret is a ticking time bomb. And in Victorian England, some secrets are worth killing for. Let's walk through the timeline of Victorian secrets, one step at a time. 1837, the dawn of the Victorian era. Queen Victoria ascends the throne at just 18 years old. The country is hopeful, but beneath the optimism, old traditions clash with new ideas. The first secret societies, like the Order of the Golden Dawn, begin to form, promising hidden knowledge and power to their members. 1840s, the age of invention and deception. The telegraph is invented, revolutionizing communication. But it also brings new ways to spread rumors and blackmail. In 1845, the mysterious penny dreadfuls, cheap, sensational magazines, begin to circulate, feeding the public's appetite for scandal and horror. 1854, the cholera outbreak. A deadly cholera epidemic sweeps through London. Officially, the cause is unknown. But in the backrooms of hospitals, doctors whisper about contaminated water and poor sanitation. Dr. John Snow secretly maps the outbreak, risking his career to prove his theory. His findings will change public health forever, but only after many lives are lost. 1861, the secret language of flowers. Victorians are obsessed with hidden meanings. Lovers send coded messages through bouquets: red roses for love, yellow for jealousy, lilies for purity. But sometimes, these secret messages lead to heartbreak, scandal, or even duels. 1870s, the rise of spiritualism. Seances become the rage. People gather in darkened parlors, hoping to speak with the dead. Mediums claim to channel spirits, but many are exposed as frauds. Still, the desperate and grieving cling to hope, and the line between science and superstition blurs. 1895, the Oscar Wilde scandal. playwright Oscar Wilde is put on trial for gross indecency, a code for homosexuality, which is illegal. His secret love letters are read aloud in court. Wilde is sentenced to 2 years of hard labor. His career is destroyed, but his story will inspire generations to come. 1901, the end of an era. Queen Victoria dies. The secrets of her reign, her hidden grief, her private letters, her forbidden friendships, are locked away in royal archives. But the legacy of Victorian secrets lives on. Let's pause for a moment and step into the shoes of those who lived these secrets. Imagine you're Marion Nichols, walking the foggy streets of Whitechapel, hoping for a warm meal and a safe place to sleep. You hear footsteps behind you. You turn, but it's too late. Your story becomes a headline, your life reduced to a mystery. Or picture Dr. John Snow, haunted by the faces of cholera victims. He knows the truth, but no one will listen. He risks his reputation, his career, even his freedom, to save lives. When he finally proves his theory, it's too late for thousands, but he changes the world for millions. Think of Oscar Wilde, sitting in a cold prison cell, his wit and charm stripped away. He writes letters to his lover, filled with longing and regret. He knows he's been punished for loving the wrong person in the wrong time. But he refuses to be silenced. And what about the countless women who sent secret messages and flowers, hoping for love, fearing discovery? Or the children forced to work in factories, hiding injuries and hunger behind forced smiles? Their stories are the true heart of the Victorian era, stories of hope, fear, courage, and heartbreak. So, what happened after the secrets came to light? The Jack the Ripper murders led to massive changes in policing. The Metropolitan Police introduced new investigative techniques, fingerprinting, crime scene photography, and criminal profiling. But the killer was never found, and the case remains unsolved to this day. Dr. John Snow's work on cholera paved the way for modern epidemiology. London's water system was overhauled, saving countless lives. But it took years for the authorities to admit he was right. Oscar Wilde's trial shocked the world. Laws slowly began to change, but it would take nearly a century for LGBTQ+ rights to be recognized in Britain. Wilde's writings, once banned, are now celebrated as masterpieces. The secret societies of the Victorian era faded into legend, but their influence can still be seen in modern clubs and organizations. The language of flowers, once a code for forbidden love, is now a charming relic of the past. And the secrets of Queen Victoria herself? Many remain locked away, hidden in royal archives. But historians continue to search for answers, piecing together the true story of the woman who ruled an empire. So, what can we learn from the secrets of the Victorian era? First, that appearances can be deceiving. Behind every grand facade, there are stories of struggle, pain, and hope. The Victorians were masters of hiding the truth, but the truth always finds a way to surface. Second, that courage comes in many forms. Whether it's a doctor fighting for public health, a writer refusing to be silenced, or an ordinary person risking everything for love, the people of the Victorian era remind us that even in the darkest times, there is light. And finally, that history is never just about dates and facts. It's about people, their dreams, their fears, their secrets. By uncovering these stories, we not only understand the past, but we also learn more about ourselves. So next time you walk down a foggy street, or see a bouquet of flowers, or read a mysterious letter, remember, every era has its secrets. And sometimes, the most important stories are the ones that were never meant to be told. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the hidden history of the Victorian era. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.